Protests against the registration of Venezuelans in Trinidad, even as the process nears an end. And in sport, West Indies lose the World Cup clash with England. I'm Ricardo Roberts, and this is Caribbean in 10 for Friday, June 14th, 2019. I'll be back with the details after the break. With less than 24 hours remaining in the amnesty for Venezuelans in Trinidad and Tobago, a group of locals staged a protest calling for the closure of the Twin Island Republic's borders. The demonstration began yesterday evening outside the Queen's Park Oval, one of the registration centers that Venezuelans have been flocking to since the beginning of the month. But it turned out into a vigil outside Parliament last night. Hundreds of Venezuelans fleeing the economic and political situation in their homeland have turned up at centers opened up by government, 2 in Trinidad and 1 in Tobago, to register in the amnesty drive that will allow successful applicants to live and work for a year. The largely calm crowd chanted, "Rowley must go," and they're taking all we jobs and we women, and vowed to vote the current administration out of office over the registration of the Venezuelan migrants. And of course, Police Commissioner Gary Griffith turned up on the scene as his forces sought to maintain order. He noted that no permission had been granted for the demonstration, but gave some leeway to accommodate the protesters.
It is not a protest where it is a plan for violence. It is a lot more emotion. Many people make decisions when they are very angry. I have spoken to them. When it is you have a protest, likewise having a protest at night, it can also cause injury to individuals, especially with you trying to walk around the streets at night. I have spoken to them. I am willing to be very flexible, but as it is, I can't flex the muscles of the police service because they're all breaking the law because they did not get the requisite approval. You need to get approval if you want to have any planned protests. And so this here is basically unlawful assembly. I am monitoring it as of this time. I am trying to be very flexible because I do not want this to turn into a situation that can lead to a domino effect. It is a very delicate situation now, but I think we have it under control. I have spoken to them. They are staying on the pavement. They are expressing their concerns, and they're not in any way doing anything to affect or harm anyone.
Meantime, speaking in Parliament this morning, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley reported that close to 14,000 Venezuelans were registered up to late last night, and he's refuting claims that there were at least 13,000 registered.
The registration process registered 13,933 Venezuelans.
Now, despite calls from opposition legislator Dr. Rudal Munilal and international human rights bodies for an extension in the registration process, the government says the 2-week period will end today as planned. A spokesman for Haiti's President Jovenel Moïse has accused some members of the business community of seeking to stir up chaos in the country. Jude Charles Forsten has also reiterated the position given by another presidential spokesperson that Moise, who is under pressure to step down in the wake of a damning report on his government spending of Petrocarib funds, will not resign. Now, Forsten said the president would continue in his role as head of state, and he accused some sectors of the opposition, civil society and the business sector of seeking to provoke chaos. His statement came as officials from the opposition Democratic and Popular sector reiterated their position not to recognize Moise and rejected any efforts to hold discussions with the government until he leaves office. Meantime, the United Nations Economic and Social Council's ad hoc advisory group on Haiti says it is concerned about the deteriorating socio-economic and political situation in the French-speaking CARICOM country. And stay with us, your Midday Sport is next. And a stylish century by opener Joe Root cemented England's victory over the West Indies by 8 wickets at the Rose Bowl today. Now, Root scored 100 off 94 balls, becoming the first batsman to score 3 centuries for England as they chased down West Indies' modest total of 212. Both Root and Johnny Bairstow put on a dashing 95 for the first wicket as the Windies struggled to find a breakthrough.
But would you believe it, Johnny Bairstow? Nicely played, and he'll find the boundary as well. Well, this has been punished to the leg side boundary. That single means that Joe Root will make his third 50 of the tournament. England's number 3 moved to the top of the order.
Well, it doesn't improve, does it?
Majestic, controlled.
Hard again. Short ball, 4. They're not learning. Should be a couple here because Root has placed that in front of square. In fact, he's timed it so beautifully. He now has the most runs in this year's World Cup.
Catch, and it is taken, nicely taken. Joe Root on 99. And that will be 100. That's his second 100 of this World Cup. It's been so precise and so classy. And he's able to achieve a good strike from what looked to be a Yorker length. So England win by 8 wickets.
And that's Caribbean Intent. Join us again at 6:30 for Caribbean Newsline. Good afternoon.